Hello everyone, welcome to this video where I am going to explore your subconscious mind so that you can discover what it means to dream of someone declaring to you. That is to say that you see yourself in the dream receiving a confession of love from someone for whom you have become the most important thing in his life. At heart, we are talking about a dream in which you receive a demonstration of absolute value, which is expressed in the fact that someone shows you that they value you to the point that they make you feel that they can only be happy if you agree to be with him or her forever. If you look at this dream from the outset, it is already revealing to us your deepest desire, the ones that you have to hide from everyone. Well, that's exactly what we are going to be talking about in this video. But before going into the analysis, in case you don't know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Robert. I am a psychoanalyst with more than 30 years of experience. And in case you want to have a psychoanalysis session with me, or in case you want the psychoanalysis of one of your dreams, you send me an email to the one that I am going to leave you here below in the description of this video, so I can tell you how you can join my consultation. Now, back to what it means to dream of someone declaring to you. This is a very important dream because from the outset, it is revealing that you are going through a phase of your life where you feel very overwhelmed because you perceive that you are being forced to stop being who you are to please the people with whom you relate. In all probability, you are interacting at this moment with people who do not accept you as you are, that somehow they force you to change, to transform yourself into a person with whom you do not feel comfortable as a price so that you can relate to them. And this explains why you had this dream. With all security, you experienced a situation in which one of your friends made you feel like you did not fit in with them, and that you could only do it to the extent that you were more similar to the way they have of behave or even think. And that is where you should be very careful because this person is using that type of comments towards you as a way to manipulate you. Because deep down, it is she or he who feels jealous of who you are. The problem is that this is what is activating a series of processes in your psyche that were in a latent state. Deep down, the dream is a symptom that is expressing what is happening in your unconscious at this moment. And because of that, all your frustration and insecurities will arise precisely from the fact that you are going to feel a lot of fear because you cannot become accepted by your true self. And that will provoke as a reaction to what is happening to you to try with your whole being to blend in with the people who paradoxically criticize you the most. If you notice, this is very typical of children, adolescents, who, not knowing who they really are, seek to imitate the people they consider to be the most popular, but because of the social environments in which they operate. Those who do not necessarily have to be those who are truly worthy of imitation. If at this moment you feel that a process of anguish arises for not being like the others, that is, those who impose their ideas on the groups in which you operate and would like to resemble them more, even when their modus vivendi does not adapt yours, well, you are clearly entering a very complicated process, which explains why this dream is expressing itself in your unconscious as a symptom of your repressed desire to be accepted by others on your own merits, or actually because of your genuine way. That is, because of the way you like to behave and live your life deep down. But in the present, this has come into conflict with the social pressures to which you are exposed. The speech that you have in your mind at this moment is, if you are not like us, you are going to be isolated. because that is the way in which, as I already told you, they are manipulating you. And this is explained because if you look in the dream, you are going to see yourself winning the heart of a person without any effort. In other words, someone falls in love with you and does everything possible to be with you, simply because you are who you are. If you notice in the dream, you do nothing to receive that great show of affection and appreciation. Because deep down, that's what you want. Be recognized for your own identity, to be loved for who you are, without the need to show yourself as another type of person. Which is exactly what I told you was happening in your life at the moment. This dream was catalyzed as psychic energy in your unconscious. And this for me is very significant because it reveals that all your frustrations are going to arise precisely from the fact that you are divided between being the type of person with whom you feel most comfortable or becoming a reflection of what others expect from you. Therefore, every time someone encourages you to change to please them, it is true you will do it, but you will not like it. Somehow, you are going to resist, and that is where all your anxiety processes will begin. Because, as I said, this dream is a symptom that reveals that you no longer want to change for others, that you feel comfortable being who you are. But you are also afraid of the fact that if you do not adapt, you will be isolated from the social relationships that you may have developed over the years. Which is very interesting because it suggests that you experienced situations in which your personal identity was called into question. Every time you felt comfortable with who you were, people would emerge to force you to change. In all probability, you are the type of girl or boy who grew up in an environment in which your personality was not valued or was considered too strange. Deep down, you are the type of person who was forced through threats, mockery, or even blows to stop being the person you were, the one with whom you felt the happiest. And that is why, for many years, you forced yourself to blend in with your surroundings on the grounds that if you didn't, you would be isolated by the people who at that time were the most important to you. And that's why you have an atrocious fear of loneliness. But the problem is that in the present, as you have already matured, this has resulted in you being no longer willing to accept that others impose a way of being on you. But your state of conscious self, which is the part of your mind in charge of protecting you and adapting to reality so that you can live in it, makes a repressive process on your unconscious so that you do not accept exactly what you really want. What it is to be who you are, no longer caring about the consequences that it will have among the people with whom you relate. And for that reason, it is very likely that you feel more anguished because although you want to accept who you are, what you learned in your childhood and youth years, they simply do not allow you to do it because they got used to protecting you through this adaptation I was telling you about. As you can see, this is a much more complex dream than it might seem. So you have to pay close attention in case you see yourself in a dream receiving a declaration of love from a person. For the same reason, you already know that if you want me to psychoanalyze some of your dreams or have therapy sessions with me, just send me an email to the one that I leave you below so that I can tell you the way in which you can integrate to my consultation. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video if it helped you in any way, and share it so that others can access to this kind of knowledge. Have a wonderful day, and with it, the most beautiful dreams. Bye!